Hey, what is up, drummers of YouTube? I thought I'd share this really cool student story, student interaction that I had just the other day because, I've shared a lot of student stories and things that I've learned as a drum teacher, jazz school rants, all that kind of series of videos that I've done where I tell you about my life and what's going on and, things that I think are really cool and things that I've learned and things that I thought might help you with, your life or your drumming or your music. And this is a little bit of a different one. This is like a really grassroots, down-to-earth example of some of the benefits of what it's like, the things that you pick up and learn as a drum teacher. Because, we're kind of like 50% counselor, sometimes 50% drum teacher, and you got to be very empathetic to the student and really listen to them and see what's working and what's not. So this student is from Sri Lanka and he's an adult student, comes to me, he can already play. I can see, pretty quickly that, this guy can already play. He's a good drummer. And he wanted to just improve things and tighten up in a few areas and see if there was things that he's missing and what he can do to improve. These students can be quite tricky because when you can already play and you're an adult, it can be hard to sort of know how to approach things. If there's any music teachers out there, they're probably nodding their head right now like, yeah, I've had that. When you've got a beginner, it's easy because you just give them the beginner stuff and you build them up right from the bottom and sort of the work takes care of itself and you've just got to, guide along the way. But, when it's an adult student who comes in and they can already play and they're actually quite good, you need to try and get a good understanding of what is going to benefit them. Long story short, was already a bit of a long story, but I decided from what this person had told me and what he's going for, I thought a good fit for him, as opposed to a lot of reading or a lot of this or a lot of that, would be to go through the Benny Greb language of drumming systems, which I know really well and I've taught a lot. And I thought this is going to be a very simple way of tightening up and improving things that probably he can already do, but it's a good way to highlight and get a visual and start hearing about, oh, okay, yeah, I'm not doing that thing right, and that's flamming, and I could tighten that up and just generally improve things. Now, we worked pretty hard on this, and he did a lot of practice in his own time, and I could see, as a drum teacher, you can see who's practicing and who's not. Guys, if you're not practicing and you are turning up to your lesson each week, we know, okay? It's really obvious. So with this person, I could see that, man, he really wants to improve and he's put in some hours on this and things were significantly better. And you can tell from the questions as well. The questions were really smart and, in the topic, like really, he's really in the game. Okay, so I work on the school terms here. So the way things work here in New Zealand is we have 4 school terms. So it's basically like summer holiday over Christmas. Christmas is in summer here. And then we have like a 10-week school block, 2-week holiday. 10-week school block, 2-week holiday, 10-week school block. And it works like that. And even with my adult students, I do the same thing. So I still take those breaks. Because often, adult students are away on holiday and often adult students have got kids. Anyway, it just works. So we had our last lesson of the term this week. And I said, man, you've done really well. Like you've improved quite a bit. Is there anything, it's the last lesson of term, I like to have a bit of fun. I often bring like treats in, like chocolates and stuff for last week of term. Is there anything, you want to do or play through or, what would you like to do? Last lesson of term, you've put in all this work. And he said, well, actually, I'm playing a gig soon and it's at an Indian It was like at a community hall, and it was like an Indian community thing. Now, this gentleman is Sri Lankan, but the gig is an Indian gig. Good gig, good, well paid, like a really good gig. And he did tell me some details about it, and I was really impressed. And he said, "Can I show you some of these Indian grooves?" And I said, "Yeah, I'd love to see it. I'd love to hear it." And he played these drum parts, and they were really foreign to me. Like, they were literally foreign to me. I couldn't quite understand. I was like, dude, how are you hearing that? Why, I couldn't even tell where are you starting the beat. This is all different to what I'm used to. And we laughed about it, and he showed me and explained to me really well how the beats worked, and I tried to play along with him, and I failed, and then I kind of got it, and then I'd fall off again because I just didn't have it, and he would just drop into these grooves that I didn't know about and sound so authentic, and you could tell that he had played these a lot, and it was just really fun. And I guess, why do I say this? I say it because, look, I'm a drum teacher. I don't know everything about drums. I don't know everything about music. I'm here to learn. I love that. I love finding stuff that I can't do. Love it. It's the best thing ever. So I'm totally comfortable in my own skin, and I'm happy to play along. And he was teaching me. It was so fun. And we had a really good laugh about it. And I said, man, look, these beats are awesome. I'm really impressed at these grooves, and I'm really impressed at how you play it. And I can't play it. I would have to really work on this to play this anywhere authentically. If I could ever play Indian music authentically in my life. And we had a moment. We had a laugh about this. And he said, man, yeah, like, we're having a bit of fun today, and I'm showing you some things that I do. But he said, man, like, that language of drumming stuff you gave me, that was really good, man. And he said, look, you explained that system really well. You told me that system really well, man. And what you gave me, like, really improved my drumming. Like, it was just such a genuine, he's just such a lovely person. It was just such a genuine moment of gratitude where he actually took the time to stop and just say, man, thank you. Thank you for helping me. Like, come in with this specific request and this, it's always a little bit nerve-wracking when you go to any, a trainer, coach. There's always a little bit of apprehension. Is this person going to like me? Am I going to, am I good enough? There's all these insecurities that we all have. And just to see that this really worked for him was just so rewarding. Now, hopefully this video is not coming off as some kind of weird flex, like I'm the best teacher in the world. I'm not saying that. It was, and here I was making a fool of myself trying to play things that he can play. Like, it's just, there's like a give and a take that you need for effective teaching. I can give you all the good stuff in the world. I can give you the stick control. I can give you groove essentials. I can give you syncopation. I can give you the Benny Groove stuff. We can work on it. But you need to give something back. And this student is a really good example of someone who gives back, both in terms of doing the work, but also in terms of the gratitude, like, wow, thank you. You've improved my drumming. Thank you. And this is a person who is now playing professionally for good money at events and having a blast and playing in this awesome band. And anyway, I just wanted to share this story because I thought it was super, super cool. And just it makes the job the best job in the world. Guys, I will leave it there. Please do hit that subscribe button, like button, and leave a comment. Check out my Jazz Teacher Rants series, and I get into all kinds of, not always such positive stories, but I'm sure you'll get a good laugh out of it and maybe even learn something. Until next time, take it easy, keep chopping wood. Ciao.